I did it. Jag har kämpat med honom i ungefär 4 timmar. Men jag klarade det till slut. Jag klarade det. Jag hittade en... Ja, jag hittade en typ... Padden som jag kunde köra. Så. Nu när jag dödat honom, då skulle vi väl gå igenom den här grinden här borta.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Men jag är ju fan vampyr själv, så vad gnäller de?
Please, who are you? I sense your sadness.
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scow.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
Let's better share. So.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Scow. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
Okej.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Jag tar dina pengar. Som tack för hjälpen. Vi gör så här.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Jaha, han pratade med dig eller? Gick fort.
Keep your distance, Echo. Keep your distance, Echo. Keep your distance, Echo. Keep your distance, Echo. Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages.
Tack för alla pengar ni lägger här. Är det inte pengar som ligger där också? Nej, det var coolt.
How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
Men jag tycker det är ändå ganska konstigt att jag bara sett 2 kvinnliga vampyrer i det här spelet. 2 stycken. Old Bridget och hon är andra vampyren. Och sen blir det ju hon här då. Hon jag tror hon ligger här. Ja, hon är inte här inne. Nej, det här var en sån här heal-grej. Kan man inte ha den där bra eller? 121 i damage. Där just det, mina 20. Attack speed 15. Vad har den här då? Attack speed 5. Och sen är 15 i stun. Men det är också 15 i stun. Och den är... Nej, jag kör på mitt det här så länge. Där behöver någon inte göra någonting. Eller... Nej, vi kan se om jag kan göra någon medicin här. Jag kan göra en sån i alla fall. Jag kan göra 2 stycken. Jag har ju så jävla mycket. Inget vapen jag kan uppdatera. Ingen pistol jag kan uppdatera. Okej. Coolt. Nice. Jag kan se, har jag fått någon experience också eller? Kan jag kan uppgradera någonting här. Jag tänkte testa den här. 900, fan. Får vi vänta med det då.
How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time.
Det måste ju vara det här. Ja, där kan vi nere. Det är nere. Ja, hon såg ju inte så creepy ut som jag trodde att hon skulle göra. To stay at the top of the food chain. I traveled. I only met econs assuming. Okej. Jag går och tar lite av dina grejer här först innan jag pratar med dig. Det är väl okej, va? Du blir väl inte sur, hoppas jag. Så, nu... Nej, där hade jag någonting. Så, nu har jag tagit allting som går att ta här. Vad fint du bor här.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
Your room. The blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me?
Ah.
What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Go back to Sean Hampton shelter and confront him.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Sean Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again. Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
What the fuck är det här för någonting?
It's locked, all right.
Follow the arrows. Vart har vi pilarna någonstans? Var är utgången någonstans? Okej, om den inte är där nere då kan vi ta bort den så länge då.
How is London?
Eternal
I've not
gratitude for
seen
your
on these
protection,
walls
Master.
in such a long time.
Ska vi springa upp här för att kolla vad som händer här då? Eller vad ut här då?
The vampire hunters will never. We're at your mercy. Will you end us?
I cannot enter.
What the fuck? Okej, det där måste vara utgången då. 6 citizens can be healed and our province and team of the history citizens help continues in the middle belong. Ooh. Ooh. Ow. Aua. Ooh. Ooh. Vad har hänt här? Au. Aua. Oh.
It's locked, all right.
Ooh. 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 Ow.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
And for the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of His glorious light.
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges... You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
My discover is vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you, if what old Bridget says is true. I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey His will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Och så det jag hann inte läsa. District... fan, jag hann inte läsa. Men det står någonting om att the district will soon... Man kan inte läsa här inne vad det stod. Complete. Vad är klart eller? Find out the reason why the terrified young man is hiding in the sewers. Aha, okej.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father.
Kan vi se på den? 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 Nej. Nej. Nej.
"29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there."
Locate the man's flat in the broad secret. Broad search the flat. Okay. Så det är dit nu då. Okej, vi springer hit då tror jag. Eller vi springer hit då tror jag. Vi springer hit då tror jag. springa dit då, tror jag. Där blir det bra. Dinner is closer than you think. They are already here. Do not let them take the kingdom. The vampires seek for help. Ishabod Targormon, expert vampire hunter. Varför är alla så rädda för vampyrer? För det är ju typ som att vara rädd för människor. Jag kanske skulle ha sprungit tillbaka till hospital också och kolla lite. Men vi kan ju springa dit och kolla först vad som händer. Så jag undrar om vi kan springa igenom här eller någonting. Jag hoppas det. In här eller? Jag vet inte om det är rakt ner här eller? Ja. Spring. Ja men fuck! Hur fan kan du dö så jävla fort? Varför börjar han då? Vill börja typ nere vid hamnplan eller någonting.
Over there! One of them vermin! That's gonna smart!
Men vad i helvete? Vad fan är det här? Gå fan fortare och gå tillbaka till menyn och ladda om.
Turn around, sir. I said go back home!
29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here.
Last warning, sir! There's one of them vermin!
Kan du byta? Så är tack. Är ner hitåt eller? Ah. Det ska vara någonting här. Men
to let her expire and be found here.
You're surprising. Occasionally, you make a good point.
How's that?
We're being misled. Or worse, we're being baited by leeches playing a nasty game.
I don't understand. Why drag the poor wench across all these streets to let her expire and be found here?
You're surprising. Occasionally, you make a good point.
How's that?
We're being misled. Or worse, we're being baited by leeches playing a nasty game.
We cannot be defeated! Away with you!
I have this thirst for blood.
Ja, vad fan är det jag ska göra? Det finns ju ingenting här.
It's locked.
Mhm. Jag ska fan ta en sån här. Okej, jag har ändå någonting där nere jag ska... Jag tänkte avsluta här.
You make a good point. We're being misled. Or worse, we're being baited by leeches playing a nasty game.
It's a leech! Kill it!
For the wicked!
Ja, nej, jag kommer avsluta där. Jag förstår liksom inte hur de kan liksom komma tillbaka efter en dag. De måste ju antagligen bli vampyrer eller någonting. Så när jag dödat dem så blir de vampyrer fast de vet inte om det. Så de dödar mig bara för att jag är vampyr. Nu har jag i alla fall kommit förbi den där fula sewer rat boy. Vad är det så vi kallar honom? Rat guy. Så ses vi i nästa video. Ha det bra. Hejdå.